What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the 5th day of June, and here we are at about 1.53 cents with 21 hours, 34 minutes left in this day, Thursday, the 5th of June. Pardon me. Yesterday, we had a little bit of a wick to the upside. Little wick right here, rejection there. Basically what we did was we found resistance at prior support. We kind of had a little shakeout, a little fake out, something to give people a reason to FOMO perhaps. And then also a reason for people to panic sell just at the quick move back down as well. We basically spent the whole day, we started off the day very fast up here and then spent the whole day coming down. I do believe we're going to go lower. I do believe this is an indication that we're going to go lower. We've gotten into the oversold zone, out of the oversold zone, and now we're primed to get back into it. Typically, if you get out of the oversold zone, you want to get above the 40. You really want to get above the 50, but at least above the 40. If you get out of the oversold zone after being inside of it and then you reject the 40, that can create some problems, and that could definitely cast you down to lower prices, right? And that's exactly what I'm expecting here. Like this, like kind of like this interaction here, I would think that we're very near our low, right? We're very, very near it, both in time relative to the whole move and in price. I just don't think we're there yet, okay? Looking at this from a low here on the 7th of April to the high on the 11th, I believe, yeah. You know, it would make a lot of sense to go down to about 1.43 cents, this 0.5 area, to find support there. Just a little bit lower. Again, nothing too crazy. We could go a little bit lower than that even. We don't have to find support directly at that area. There's plenty of reasons to find support in this area, not just at that direct line itself. If we don't find support in this area, I would very much expect that we go down to 1.23 cents, and that would likely be the zone that we find support at. I doubt that we would go too much lower than this, if at all, even down to that area. But if we were to go below this, if it was to be a bit more extreme than expected, fret not. You know, OnyxCoin can move down fast. It can move up even faster. And I would think that it's just a moment to scare people out of their bags. Nothing dramatic. Nothing too crazy. Even that's really not that dramatic, honestly. Not for crypto. Looking at this on the 1 hour time frame. Looking at this here. Looking at the RSI. The RSI to me does look bearish. You've rejected the 50. You're struggling with the 40 here. Looking like you want to go below it. Overall, it was kind of bullish. You had this uptrend, right? Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, all this stuff. A little blemish to the downside here. Higher highs throughout the whole range too. You look like you're breaking out of it now. Finding resistance here where you found support before, you know, and where you found resistance before, resistance at the 50 there. Makes sense that you'd go down. That's all I'm trying to say. And this might even be because you've broken out of this uptrend. It might even be the beginning of the next phase down, which makes a lot of sense actually being right here because you likely are beginning the next phase down. With this move here, yeah. 4 hour time frame looking at this. Rejected clearly right off the 60 there. Perfect rejection. Here we are down at the 40. We might bounce, you know, not financial advice, out of financial advisor. I might have missed something. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. Hold on. Might we bounce from here? It's possible. You know, if you think about it, this last move, it's kind of similar to this move, right? Similar, not the exact same, but similar. Even where the price went up to and where the price came down to. If you look at the RSI, where we were whenever we came down here, it was right here, right? We're actually in that same area now. We came up, we found a lower high, and then ultimately went down to the oversold zone. When we came up in the RSI, it wasn't that dramatic. It wasn't like this, right? But it took us back to the highs. Maybe OnyxCoin, before it moves lower, maybe we do get one last move up to like we're at 1.53 cents. Maybe we go to 1.58, 1.59, 1.57, somewhere in that zone. We spend the first half of this day doing that, and then the rest of the day going down and going into tomorrow going down as well. That might be the expectation to have here. And the reason why I'm saying that, I mean, for one, the comparison we just made, but also two, you're at the 40 on the 4 hour. And I do expect you to break through this. But even here, when you rejected this area, not quite the 60, but rejected this area, you found support at the 41st, and then you went down. So maybe a little bounce here for the first, 4 hour candle, maybe even the next 4 hour candle. If not, I'll tell you what, if you close this candle red in the next hour and 30 minutes, you close this red, or if you close it here or lower, then the bounce right now up to this very small, insignificant bounce, like who even cares? It's not going to happen. And either way, bounce and then go down, and go down, whatever. You're going lower, and you're probably going to go lower than this low. Expectation from here, 1.5 cents is your current price. Expectation would be that you go down to about 1.43 to 1.23 cents. Anywhere and everywhere in between is fine, I guess, but it would make more sense, in my opinion, to stop at one or the other. After that, we're going to move up and up to the upside, you guys. I don't know if there's anything else that I want to say. Let's look at OnyxCoin real quick on X.com here. Hold on. Pull them up. Where are we at right here? Let's see. Have they made any updates to the AMA? Let's see. I don't see anything. Nope. Nope. No announcement there. Doesn't look like it. So they've yet to announce when that's going to be. I'm sure we'll get a date, but I still vote for the 22nd or the 23rd. I think it'd make the most sense maybe to do it on the 23rd. Maybe the 22nd because it's the weekend. 22nd. I don't know. It is the weekend, Sunday. But for some people, for the working class, most working, like people who work for a living, they have like Mondays and Tuesdays off, or at least Monday off because I don't know. I feel like that's what it is, right? People who don't, and not that people who work for a living have the weekends off too, but I feel like some people, like if you're working at a certain job and you're like if you're a waiter or a waitress or a job that demands tips, you're gonna work the weekends, so you're gonna have Mondays and Tuesdays off because those are the slow days. You know what I mean? Maybe Sundays and Mondays off depending on what you work. So like if you're in like a tip position, I don't mean if you work for a living. There's plenty of people that work for a living that work on those days too. But I digress, man. We're getting on a whole different realm of shenanigans. All I'm trying to say, man, is that we're going to move down a little bit. Then we're going to move up a lot. It's the same old song and dance we've been singing and dancing to for over a month now. So we're just going to wait until that happens. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. We'll keep you posted. Bye-bye.